Green screen, blue screen. We know it, we love it. Cinema's been using it to elevate productions since forever. Wow. Then virtual production and LED screens come descending upon our humble world with fancy words like in-camera VFX, real-time rendering, and the future of filmmaking. Word on the street is that virtual production is gonna replace green screen. But really? Like, really? There's only one way to find out. Green screen versus LED walls. Ultimate pros and cons battle. To simplify this argument, we're gonna break it down into these 5 sections. Production cost, customizable environment, actor and crew effects, spill and reflections, and post-production work. And yeah, I know that there's more that we can compare. Comment your biggest argument down below. You pro green screen? Are you an LED wall boy? Let me know. And while you're down there, subscribe. All right, let's get into it. Round 1, production cost. So right off the bat, LED stages are expensive, like really expensive. Now, if you can find your way on a stage with a loaded environment and not have to do any post-processing VFX, you might save a little bit of money. Now that's in comparison to having to build and comp everything after shooting it on green. After the initial hurdles of startup costs and hiring a virtual world generalist, you just might be able to save a little bit of money with not a lot of customization in post. On the other side of the argument, you know that creating an entire world and comping it in after shooting it on green can also be extremely expensive. So for this category, both LED and green screen get an X from me. But that's why it's not just a one-sided argument. And remember, the people who are using these stages or using really big green screen sets have the money.
You're watching Disney Channel. Oh.
Just saying. Round 2, customizable environment. Well, if you know green screen, you know this is what it's all about. Keying out whatever you don't want and putting exactly what you want behind it. New background, new effects, color grade it, and it's seamless. On a virtual LED wall, most of your world building happens in pre-production. On set, you can fly around the environment, find the angles you want, get the actors set, and shoot from any angle you want. So as far as customizable environments go, both green screen and LED walls get the check for me. Round 3, actors and crew effect. What do I mean by that? This round falls specifically to the LED wall. Actors and crew alike can see themselves in the environment in real time. Now that's a big advantage. And yes, in green screen you can get some previs, low poly type estimates. It's not quite the same as seeing it with your own eyes. You're actually acting and directing or shooting and lighting in the environment that you need to capture. But that's a big deal. Again, on a green screen set, you can get the idea of what the final frame looks like, but it is a little bit of guesswork. Round 4, spill and reflections, especially when you're talking about a 270-degree volume with panel lighting supplemented with set lights. Reflections are gonna look good. Now ideally, you don't need to key anything. Get the lighting, environment, and angle right on set, and you're good to go. Now on the green screen side of things, it's very different. You get this green spill that you need to key out and mask into your final shot. The shot's passed to super talented VFX artists who make everything look seamless. And wow, that is a big job. And it's possible that you could get it wrong. So because of that, I'm gonna give a check to the LED wall for spill and reflections. Final round, the post-production workflow. Now here's where things get complicated. If you're shooting something with minimal post-production, an LED wall may be the way to go. Are you shooting a Michael Bay movie, The Avengers, any action movie with high energy and crazy explosions? You're probably gonna need green or blue screen. There are just some things we cannot do without blue or green screen. Yes, you can do post work on video captured on LED walls, but it's a lot harder. And you might get to the point where you think, why didn't we just shoot this on green? So because of that versatility and because of the traditional workflows in place for movies, I'm only giving the check for post-production to green and blue screen. Conclusion. If you look at the categories that we chose, yes, LED walls have more checks than green screen, but some of those checks are weighted differently than others. There are just some things in production that need green and blue screens. So as of right now, let's just be honest. It's kind of a tie. One of my favorite quotes about this comparison comes from cinematographer Greg Fraser, who says, "Virtual production is just a tool in your toolkit that can be used just like any other production method, which is what it is. It has its uses, but it's not perfect for everything. What's the future of XR virtual production on LED walls? Some people would like to tell you that's going to completely wipe out green screen, but the truth is, no one really has that clear vision yet. What we do know is that it's a great tool that helps filmmakers make great films. And that's it. I'm Josh, you're watching CoPilot, and I'll see you next week.